Hey everybody, it's Diandra Marie, and welcome to Imposter Syndrome, an interview series I created where I sit down with creatives, artists, and entrepreneurs to talk about their journey and how they combat imposter syndrome. And my spirit is filled with joy. Don't sit there all coy, because I am sitting next to Daryl Stewart, who is... I want to speak to like the person. Like, as you can see, just a ray of sunshine, someone who is just so positive, wants the best for his community and the people around him. But more formally, he is the founder and executive producer of Daryl Stewart Productions. He's a thespian, an actor, a performer, a fashion icon, and we'll get to that in a minute. So welcome. It's so good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so how I always start off the show is, even though I did the more formal introduction, tell the viewers who you are and a bit about your journey.
So my name is Daryl Stewart. I was born and raised in Vauxhall, New Jersey, which is the black section of Union. Mm-hmm. Unlike a lot of young people, knew very early on that I wasn't into sports, and I wasn't disciplined enough to be an academic. And I found my route in the arts early-ish. And so that has really informed my evolution. I'm an artist.
No, what you said is beautiful about being an artist, and it actually takes me back to when I started following you on Instagram. And this had to, at this point, it was years ago. I don't know how I stumbled on your page. Like, I don't know how it happened, but I do remember like seeing during the pandemic, you were posting a lot of like dance videos, like just to lift people's spirits up. I'm like, who is this? Like, there were certain moves you would do. I'm like, oh, he does this on stage. Like, you're not just a groover.
Right.
You know, like,
right. There are singers and there are singers.
Right.
Those of us who play a little tune, and then those of us who give you the full aria.
Experience. Right. right. So it was just giving that, and just I love your positivity. I love the work that you do in the community, Newark specifically, but always branching out, building your team for Daryl Stewart Productions. So to say that you're an artist and moving through that, it's like, it's so dope when you meet people who are who they say they are, and it exudes in just your authenticity.
You are.
So, what does it look like to be a trailblazer in the theater space?
I actually started as a person with a disability. Okay. I had a very, very serious speech impediment. Okay. And at the elementary school that I was at, there was a speech pathologist who partnered me with the music teacher to see if he could help me to find my voice. That's when I found out I could sing.
Wow.
So all throughout school age years, I took a liking to theater because it allowed me to be someone else. I did the whole actor living in New York thing. And I loved it, and I was very good at it. There was one problem. When you're an actor, your voice doesn't matter when you're not on stage. And I had so much more to say about things than just for 2 hours on stage in a role. So I started to direct. But you can only direct when you have permission from a producer. And all the producers were white. So I learned how to produce so that I could have full autonomy as an artist to wake up any day of any week and speak my piece directly to my audience. So whether that's in the theater space or the digital space. For me, it's always about speaking to my audience. What do they need to hear me say? Right? Oprah says the world is your classroom. I say the world is your stage.
All about perspective.
There you
All
go.
about perspective.
Actually, I think Shakespeare said the world is your stage.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. If it's a quote, we'll give him credit if we need to. Right. But right now, you heard it here first. So even in I love that because it's like you started at and trained in acting.
Absolutely.
Right. And then it's
training and trade.
Right.
Training and trade.
Right.
I have a really, really good friend who is famous. I'm not going to mention his name.
Mm-hmm.
He was on a show. The show gave him a script, and his job was to say the lines in that script.
Right.
Well, one day they gave him a script, and he really didn't agree with what was in the script. And he called me and asked for my opinion. I'm like, yo, you're an actor. Your job is to say the lines that's in the script. They didn't ask you to write the script. That's the writer's job. You are not a writer, you're an actor. So if you want autonomy, you have to leave the acting space and get where the real influence is, which is in the writer's room.
Because you saw what you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
where you were at was good but not great.
It was fun. It was glamorous.
Right. But even doing those pivots, getting on more autonomy, still takes a level of being self-taught. What have been some ways that you've combated imposter syndrome as, you get more territory, so to speak?
Well, I will tell you that I don't always do a good job at it.
Okay, that's real.
Some days I wake up and I'm like, yes, I am Daryl Stewart. And that means whatever it means.
Right.
And then there are other days where I wake up and I'm like, this shit cannot be for real. Like, it feels almost like it's somebody else's life, and like it's just like the files got mixed up, and like for example the New York Magazine thing, where it was like, no, someone has called me and they have said that like my face is in this like reputable publication in like a large file.
Right. Full page, basically.
And I'm like, I have those days still where I'm like, whose life is this? Right? But that is connected to trauma.
Yeah.
Right? And because we as Black folks, we're moving through so much, sometimes we have a hard time accepting and embracing our blessings.
Yeah.
If you get a network television show from this particular show that you're doing, that's your blessing.
Absolutely.
And no one else has to understand that, and
But
you don't either.
So let's circle it back. Daryl was invited to a very, for lack of a better word, maybe prestigious event in which photographers from New York Magazine were photographing people who they felt were very fashion forward for the evening. And hunty, they knew what they was doing when they put this man up in the magazine. It's almost a full page feature. And you look good.
Thank you.
You know, the GOODT. You look good.
What will he do it?
So it's like, what does it feel like to be your authentic self? I know Broadway in the Bricks is coming up,
Yes.
and that's another one of your babies that is near and dear to you. What does it feel like to be your authentic self, be present, and these things just keep coming to you?
It feels very rewarding. Because, and I say that because so many days and seasons of my life, I felt like you get punished or you get placed in a certain order for being authentic. I talk about the, elevator versus the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I took the stairs. No one wants to take the stairs. The only imposter we need to worry about is the person who makes it seem like they got everything together and that their life is perfect. Those are the only imposters we need to worry about. Because we know that is not life.
Right.
Highs come with lows, ups come with downs, victories come with defeats. Period.
Yep.
As long as you're on that path, right?
I'm feeling this.
Then you good.
Period. And you get to do a little jig while you're on the
You
path.
can dance on that path. You can
Yep.
sing on that path.
Yep.
You can make love on that path. You can write poetry and screenplays on. You can do whatever you want.
Right. So yeah, I just feel like our spirits are so aligned, and I just knew there was going to be a lot to hear from you, to gain, and I'm glad I got to share what I see, you know, what I think, you know, when I think of you, and the impact that you just continue to have. Like you said, whether if you're in North New Jersey or, you know, whether online and you see Daryl, you're always going to get, you know, that openness, that love. So thank you so much. We would love to have you, you know, share how people can stay connected with you. If they want to book you or Daryl Stewart Productions to, you know, curate an event or produce an event, let the people know how they can contact you.
I'm an Instagrammer. I love Instagram.
Listen.
At TheDarylStewart at the Daryl Stewart. It's my Instagram. Also, the company's Instagram is Daryl Stewart Productions. My website is IamDarylStewart.com. There's lots of goodies on there, as well as DarylStewartProductions.com. So send me DMs, send me emails. I'm an open book. I'm just here to serve.
Beautiful. Yes. So thank you so much. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Imposter Syndrome. Make sure you keep up with Daryl in all the places and spaces you might see him, and you will receive that love, I guarantee it. So stay up, combat imposter syndrome, and don't be afraid to be your authentic self.